My name is JT, and this is a story about how I built my homestead. Alright guys, so I don't have much time. I think it's supposed to be raining today, but welcome back to another episode of JT Time. JT here. So today, on today's agenda, I'm hoping to fix this garden a little bit. We harvested the rest of the garlic. I think we ended up with somewhere around 40 garlic bulbs, I guess. And we're letting them dry out right now to preserve them. Just kidding. Alright, let's try this again. Let's see if that's good. Oh man, there's a little bit of a view right there, the little plastic. This wide angle, it's just too good, isn't it? I think that'll work. Darn it, let's move this. Actually, let me start over. All right, welcome back to another episode of JT Time. JT here. We don't have much daylight right now, and on top of that, forecast has rained in the schedule for later around lunch today. So I'm gonna hope I get enough done today before I have to leave or before I get rained out. We're in the southeast part of Texas, and it's they could say it's going to be raining, but it's not going to rain, so we'll see. I'm just going to keep rolling with it, and we'll see what happens. We'll see what we can do today. So, on the agenda, you're looking at the garden here. We did harvest all the garlic. I guess I'll record it when I get home tonight of how we have it drying right now so we can preserve it long term. But we ended up with about 40 bulbs of garlic. They're actually pretty decent size, so we're pretty excited about that, and hopefully I preserve them the correct way. I think it takes usually 2 to 3 weeks to get them preserved. But I did notice in general that the garden, the squash at least that we put down, it's not doing too well. So I did a little bit more research on it. We have a few books that we've read on it as well. And I believe what's going on is the soil in our house, it's a lot of clay, which is challenging for root growth. It's really great on minerals and stuff like that, but it's just really makes it really hard for the roots to kind of spread out and kind of absorb more nutrients from the soil. So what I'm gonna do for this raised bed is we do have kind of what I said in the earlier episodes, a good layer of mulch that we got from a landscaping company. It's not the best mulch out there. I could have really did a lot of research on it to figure out where the trees were getting sourced at, what the best mulch is, which some of the books that we have talk about, but I think these were just straight mulch. I don't think they were dyed or anything like that, so I'm just going to mix them up with the soil to kind of create a better soil for future plants inside this garden that can actually permeate a little bit more of that water into it. I mean, in an ideal world, if we had like a compost pile over here that I could create compost out of and have finished humus, I could probably mix that in here and that would be amazing. But we just don't have a compost pile over here. That's for another episode. And again, like a few episodes ago that I was mentioning, we are trying to save a little bit more money, so we don't want to spend money on building something officially over here. And I already have kind of a vision of how I want the compost to be built and function. So I don't want to just create any kind of compost that will work, because I can create one out of just scrap pieces if I really wanted to, but I want it to be really user-friendly because I want it to be able to turn it really easily and access the rich portion of the compost or the finished compost really quickly. So enough about that. We're gonna knock this out. Hopefully it'll take about maybe 30 minutes or 45 minutes or so. And then to the soffits of the house, really, I want to spray them all off. So I'm gonna get the pressure sprayer out and I'm just gonna spray them clean, kind of, sort of, and then I'll start painting. Hopefully we'll get this backside done. I do want to spray the entire house, so all I have to do is spray it once and we'll be done with that. So that may take up a lot more time than I'm probably anticipating on, but we'll see how it goes. So let me go ahead and get started on this. I'll let this record for a little bit so y'all can see what I'm doing, but I'm just going to be tilling it up really, and rolling through it. And I made a mistake again today. I brought my GoPro, but unfortunately it's not charged. So I'm just, you know, it happens. It's okay. My phone is made some pretty good videos with this so far, so we can deal with my phone a little bit more. And luckily this time I have my tripod, so I just I'll show you what I did. Let me actually show you what I did. My tripod doesn't actually have any kind of mount on it for the phone, so I just made this is just a zip liquid flash, or Huber System zip liquid flash trawler. And then this is a door shim, and then this is tape. So I just I sort of stuck it there, and it seems like it's working. We'll see. You don't know about the first video, but the first video I introduced, my camera actually fell down, so I had to change it a little bit. But this is a little bit more stable, so I'm happy about that. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started with this. I don't have my gloves on. I really should get my gloves on. So I'm gonna stop the video here, get my gloves on, and then start the video up again. So see y'all real soon. All right, welcome back. Now, I don't think these squashes are gonna grow, so I'm gonna take some chances on them today. I'm actually probably gonna lift them out of their locations. I'm gonna till up the spot that they're at as well, and then I'm gonna put them back down, and I'm hoping that it doesn't kill them, but you know, they're not even doing too well to begin with, so what am I gonna lose? Stuff that wasn't gonna grow to begin with, so let's see what we can do. If you look here, this plant has been here for almost, I'd probably say 3 weeks already, or maybe 4 weeks, and this is all the root development that's happened with it. So that's not a good sign, and that's probably the reason why these leaves just aren't growing anywhere. So I'm hoping that tilling up this soil is going to help with what's going on here, but you never know. I can only read so much. These might already be duds. I might be better just starting off fresh, but it's okay. I'm about to go, and work's about to call me to go pretty much out of town for a few weeks, so gotta take what I can for now. Normally you have to do a test for clay, but look at that, that's just all clay right there. So, I mean, that's the reason why this stuff isn't growing, you know? So some of these actually look like they're doing pretty decent. I'll show you. So these don't look good right here. They're so small, and a lot of the previous starter leaves are pretty much gone. But these actually look like they're doing pretty decent. The leaves are greener, you see? So those, I'm actually just gonna leave them there and hope that, you know, give them enough time to actually rejuvenate themselves. There's like this guy right here, I'm probably gonna move because he's pretty yellow. These guys right here, I'm gonna move because they're pretty yellow as well. So anybody that's actually green still, like these two, and I'm probably gonna pick up that one too. That one just doesn't look good as well, so I'm gonna go ahead and take that one up. But pretty much, I'm moving all the ones that don't look like they're doing well into better soil. Hopefully, what I'm creating is better soil. And then the ones that look good, which those two are decent, so I'm gonna leave those two there. And even these guys, I'm probably just gonna end up moving them too, just because they don't look like they're doing well. So I'm just gonna move them, and I'll till up all of this. So that's pretty much it. I'm gonna go ahead and pause the video here because it's just, you're gonna see me doing the same thing over and over and over again. So I'll catch up with you guys once I'm done with this little portion of the work. All right, see y'all real soon. All right, guys, so I am done. I think it took me about an hour to do this. I went ahead and pruned one of my trees also because it's just going wild right now. But this is what it looks like now. So everything's all neatly kind of arranged and spaced apart, with the exception of those two, which I left over there because they're doing okay. But let's hope for the best. But pretty much the 2 to 3 inches of mulch that I did have on top of the garden now is kind of blended in with the soil. So I'm hoping that this blending with the soil will help kind of make this soil a little bit better than just pure clay, because I just feel like the soil is just, look at this, it's just clumped up, you know? So it makes it really hard to kind of garden with this kind of soil. I mean, even this is just pure clay right here. So yeah, it's pretty common in this part of Texas in general, in the South. So I'm hoping that this helps. Of course, since I already transplanted these, I probably need to water them. So let's go ahead and I'll start this little sprinkler system and probably run it for like maybe 10 to 15 minutes just to get everything kind of a little bit more wet than it currently is right now. So after I do that, it's time to do some pressure washing. So I'm gonna pressure wash the all these soffits, kind of clean off. You see that? That's dirty right there. So I'm just gonna do a light kind of rinse off of it. Not trying to take everything off, just trying to take the layer of a little bit of dirt that's already on there off. So that may take me maybe 2 hours or so is my best guess. I really don't know. And honestly, if I see any stains like on the siding as well, I'm probably gonna go ahead and spray that as well, just to get it kind of cleaned off. I don't want to spray the siding too much because we don't have gutters installed right now, and it's gonna get backsplash anyways. So a lot of this bottom area right here is gonna get dirt on it again anyways, and I don't know when I'm gonna get to actually spraying the or painting the siding yet, so I don't want to do work that's going to end up going to waste anyways, wasted effort essentially. So let me go ahead and knock that out, and I'll see you guys here in a little bit. All right guys, so I got the pressure washer started. I did do a little test spot, and it's pretty fast actually. So I'm really not trying to like get a nice deep clean or anything like that. I'm just trying to take off the little bits of dirt that we have on the house, and some of the bugs and insects that are kind of living near the soffit. So you'll see me kind of do this side, and then I'll transition and knock out that back side. But based on how quickly I'm going through it, it's probably gonna take me like maybe 30 minutes to an hour tops. So we'll see how it goes. All right, let me get the camera set up on the backyard, and I'll be right back. See how fast I'm knocking this out. So I'll probably be here work in the house maybe about another 30 minutes, and then I'll turn off the pressure sprayer, and we'll move into painting pretty much. So I have some thoughts in terms of how I'm gonna set up the painting already, but let's get to that step first, and then we'll talk a little bit more about it. So I'll see you soon here in a little bit, okay? All right, guys. So it took me about an hour or so to finish the house, and also kind of clean up. Essentially, like I had to put the hose back and reinstall it onto the raised bed. I'm gonna water the raised bed again. I feel like it didn't get enough water the first time, so I'm gonna run it for maybe another 10 minutes or so, and hope that that's enough to do it. But it's about 12:30 now, so I got to put away the pressure sprayer. I did spray a lot of this trim again that already was painted, and there's a few spots that really they don't need to be fully painted again, but just those little spots that I actually added on some caulking. I really should touch those up again with a little bit of paint, just to kind of remove all these there's some dirty, like I guess, residue from me kind of putting that caulking on there. So I want to clean all that up, and I probably have maybe about an hour and 30 minutes left out here before I want to go home to hang out with family. So I'd probably say it'd be nice if I could touch all that up, and then it'd be nice if I could paint the majority of just this side. Stretch goal would be that side too, but just this little bit right here would be nice for me, at least, because I have to mix the paint again, and a lot of things that can cause me to slow down a little bit. But made some pretty good progress over here, and yeah, I'm doing intermittent fasting right now. I'm just giving it a shot to see if it's nice or not. So last meal I ate yesterday was 8 o'clock. It's about 12:30, so it's about 16 and a half hours. It's another reason why you saw me shaking this up right here. It's actually not Buddha juice. This is actually chicken broth that my wife made at home, or chicken bone broth that my wife made. So I've been doing a little bit of reading, and they say that it's good to break a intermittent fast with some bone broth or chicken broth. So I'm gonna try that, and I do have food for myself over here, but I'm gonna start off with this drink first, and maybe have food in about 30 minutes after I finish cleaning up this general area. I meant to show y'all this, but you can see the asparagus is actually doing really well now on this side. You can see it's kind of growing a little thicker now. There's a lot more shoots going up, and again, like I told you guys in the last few episodes, I want this to really just grow and go straight to seed, so we can have more here. And you can see that resembles a lot of asparagus right there. So if we were really harvesting this, we would probably chop that and eat that. But again, I just want it to continue thriving here. And you know, when we first moved into this house, all that entire side was filled with asparagus, but you know, we had a couple freezes. We were just neglecting this area, so a lot of it died, unfortunately. But good news is some of it, you can see, is still surviving. So hopefully we can bring that back, and I'll see you guys here in a little bit. All right, guys, so good news and bad news. Good news is that I figured out a quicker way to paint the house, but bad news is that I didn't get very much done. So I know those are kind of oxymoron statements, but I'll explain what I mean. So I got kind of preoccupied. I was doing a little bit of work outside of the housework, so I didn't get very much done. But with the time that I actually did stuff, I actually got a decent amount done. So let me show you all what I did. I painted this little section right here, and I really only probably spent maybe like 10 minutes knocking this section out. And what I did this time around was that, sorry about the wind, what I did this time around was I set up 2 ladders. So I had my bigger ladder here and my smaller ladder here, and then I put a 2 by, maybe it was like a 2 by 10 in between them so I could stand on it and kind of like pretty much do a longer stretch. And I used a roller instead of a paintbrush. So the roller does kind of put on a little bit of a texture. I don't know if you guys can actually see it, but there is kind of a texture on there, but it's pretty good in terms of how much I can paint and how easy it is that I can paint it. And I'm happy about that. That definitely makes my life a lot easier. So I'm more than happy to continue using the roller, even if it adds that little bit of texture on there. That's fine. From far away, you can barely see the texture anyways, but that roller makes a world of a difference. And it's a little miniature roller. It's like only 6 inches wide, and it's a pretty small diameter, like maybe 2-inch diameter. No, I'm sorry, 1-inch diameter. So that's what I'm gonna do next time I come out here. It's gonna be a little bit from now, but we do have a backlog of videos, so it's fine. There shouldn't be a gap in the episodes, but in general, that's gonna make my life a lot easier, and I'm okay with that. I'm gonna go ahead and use that same technique for all of this. The piece of 2 by 10 that I have is a little bit on the shorter side, so I might find a longer piece. I think I have one in the pile of wood back there. I was just kind of lazy to locate it, but I think I have a longer piece of wood, and that'll be nice because then I can do a much longer stretch, and that'll make my life even easier. You know, that way I don't have to keep moving ladders and moving stuff around. I can just kind of cover a 10-foot section maybe. That would be wonderful. So I'm hoping that means I'm going to get through painting a little bit quicker than I was thinking originally, which would be nice. And I mean, that's pretty much it for today. Thanks again for watching, guys. Hope y'all enjoyed the episode, and see y'all real soon here on JT Time. All right, guys, so this is the garlic here. All I really do is I just kind of tie it around these bars, and this is enclosed. So this is at our rental, and the nice part about this is, like, these guys have been drying out here for almost a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks now. So they're pretty much ready to go, but I'm gonna take this to an extreme and just let it dry for like maybe 3 weeks or so before I bring it into the house. Last time I let it dry for about a week, they were still kind of wet on the inside, and it ended up kind of rotting a little bit, kind of towards this base where all the dirt's at right here. So I just wanted to play it safe and kind of let it dry a little bit more, a little longer this time. And I think these will end up preserving it for a long time. So these have been here for like a week and a half, whereas these have only been here for a day. So those still have another 3 weeks left until I pick them, but it's about 40. And it's a pretty good yield. So hopefully I can keep some of them for next season. But if not, we'll just pick some more out from the farmer's market and use them as seeds for future garlic that I plant in the ground. So hope you enjoy. Talk to you guys later. Thanks again.